everyone. Well, we're back in Kitty's kitchen, and if I look a little windblown, it's because I am a little windblown. We went to church this morning, came back, and then went and played golf, and so I'm a little tousled and tangled, but that's okay. We're still cooking. Still gotta cook. So what we're gonna do today is we're going to make some taco meat. I'm having my sweet little group over Tuesday for Taco Tuesday. And actually, when I was in Charleston, Taco Tuesday was very exciting. My little kids used to love it. My little Raleigh and Benjamin loved their meat and chips. And so, what I have in here right now, and so I'm going to make it today. The reason I'm making it today is A, it'll help me get ahead for Tuesday, but I really do like to have things like this sit and marinate for a day or so, because all of the flavors go through and distribute, and it makes it more better. So what I have right now, let me see if I can get you, there you go, in my pot is about 3 pounds of ground beef. What I'm going to add to that is a pound of sweet Italian sausage. Oops, let's not take the paper. Get rid of that. And then I've got 2 links of the hot Italian sausage, which I'm cutting and I'm taking out of the casing because I don't like that chewy casing when I'm doing something like this. So I'm going to just take it out and dump it in. The reason that I'm only using 2 is not from a spice level, has nothing to do with that, because really they're not that spicy, and especially when you're mixing it with this much meat. They just add flavor. But is because I got so much meat I don't really need much more. So I will save those other 3 links for something else. So I'm going to mash this with my meat masher. And if you haven't got one of these yet, you need to get one. It's just an awesome tool. And get it all mixed in there well. Sorry that you're looking at the top of my head. I'm concentrating, can you tell? I probably need to have on a apron of some sort because this white shirt has got disaster written all over it. In the form of grease, I assure you. And I think I'm going to do that. So hold on just 1 second. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to get this crumbled with the meat masher a good bit because it's going to go inside of tacos, or there are so many things that I will do with this. First and foremost, I will feed my peeps on Tuesday, and then with anything that may or may not be left over, I can use it for quesadillas, I can use it for taco salad, I can use it for a number of things. So, but all of those things, you want to have a small crumble food. So as that cooks, I'm going to peel my onion, which you know, I always say, root end to root end. Cut it back from root end to root end. Then cut the ends off. And the other end. Peel it. Let's see if it wants to peel nice for me today. I do believe we got a winner. On that one anyway. And there's this one. Here we go. On this one. So now what I'm going to do quickly is I'm going to, and I always tell you this too, I'm going to step over to the sink and I'm going to rinse these off real quick. Hang on, disaster struck. Well, disaster did strike. I absolutely tipped over my drink, the whole thing. You know how those things work. Okay, I'm gonna go back over here, because the longer this cooks, the more it browns, the more you can continue to crumble it, because it'll get into bigger chunks and you can kind of break those down. Anyway, back to what I was doing, which was adding some onion into it. Now, I've already put 1 onion in there, because the flavor of beef and Italian sausage and onion really is an awesome flavor combination. So, and this is a whole lot of meat. So I'm putting two onions in there. And so if you will recall how I cut the onion, is I'll I'll show you on the second one. But I I put it on the ones on its side and went down the middle. I have to show you. I can't tell you. Okay. Because I want them to all be uniform pieces. Okay. In the pool it goes. And while it may look like a lot of onion, that's a lot of meat. And you know, onion cooks down so incredibly fast. So, here we go. Now let me show you. So I'm going to stand it up on its end. Can you see that? I'm going to stand it up on its end. I'm going to go I'm going to go like 3/4 of the way down into my onion. Not quite all the way. And do that maybe 3 or 4 times, depending upon how big your onion is. And then I'm going to come back. I know I'm in your way. And go back down this way. Again, I'm not going all the way to the end. And then I'm going to come back and go this way. And then that last part that we didn't go all the way down to, I'm going to just flip it on its side. Keep the tip of my knife down. And we got onion flying everywhere. Okay. Everything's back in. This is very simple. And then actually I'm going to make another video once this is all done on how to make a quesadilla that's kind of easy, the way that I think is much easier. So I'm going to mix this in with my masher. This is a whole lot of meat. But I'd rather have it all done. And then for my taco bar, I will put out tortillas, flour tortillas this size. So what is that, the 6-inch ones, I think? Because the 8-inch ones, the 6-inch ones, people will have more than one. Then I'll also use the hard taco, which I'll put in the oven for about 5 minutes, put the hard taco shells in. And so they can make their own, and then I'll have cheese and salsa and chopped onions and sour cream and avocado and all those good things that you can fill a taco shell with. Okay, I'm going to keep doing that. And now I'm going to season it. So when I do this, let's see if I can measure. I know I don't do that very well. For this amount of meat, which is 1, 2, 3, probably about 4 pounds of meat, I have dark chili powder. And don't buy that taco seasoning. Oh, don't buy it. There's sodium. There's all kinds of stuff that you can't pronounce in there. This you can, and this is good. So so this is 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons. So let's start with 2 tablespoons. Let's taste it. We will. And then ground cumin. This is the big ticket right here, is the ground cumin. And I get this at Aldi. And it's really good. So it's chili powder and cumin. And that's 1 teaspoon. Cumin is the flavor of Mexico. Truly it is. 2. That's 3 heaping. Probably should have gone with a tablespoon. 4. Let's go with 4 teaspoons for the moment. And get this all mixed in here good. Ooh, I can smell it. And I keep crumbling because, like I said, you know, when you have a taco, you want that meat crumbled. You don't want big old hunks of meat, right? Okay. I'm going to add, let's see, take this lid off because that never works out. Here's my teaspoon, and this is granulated garlic, and it would have been a teaspoon. Let's go with a teaspoon of granulated garlic. Now you can use fresh garlic too, which would probably be about 2 cloves. And now we've got our salt. So I'm going to go with 1 teaspoon. 2 teaspoons and 1 teaspoon of black pepper. I'm going to have to remember this when I'm writing this down. When I'm telling you in the comment section. But, I've given you this meat, this mixture before. I might have to just look it up for flavoring your meat, Mexican style. And it's just so much better than the taco package stuff. Okay. Here we go. Now, can you see that that's all nice and browned, actually? There's no pink left in it anywhere. So now I'm going to add my special secret. My secret sauce. I tell you guys about this all the time. Obviously, you don't have this. You can't buy this at the grocery store unless you have actually ordered it on Amazon from hearing from it about, from me, or unless you visited Costa Rica and you brought home some. But this is what it is Lozano. It's Costa Rican ketchup. It's on every table in Costa Rica, and it has the best flavor, period, bar none. You can buy it on Amazon. Again, it's called Lozano, and you can see the consistency as I pour. It's kind of the consistency. Oh, it's a loose consistency of ketchup, I guess. But it is just truly so awesome. And you know what? Nobody else will make taco meat like you. Nobody. Or chili, I put it in my chili. I put it in anything Mexican. That's a true story. I love this stuff. It is to die for. So I'm going to mix that in. And now I've got a can of crushed tomatoes. It's the big can of crushed tomatoes. Put that in here. This is an Aldi product. In you go. Get it all. This is the part in the program where I put the lid in there too. Alright. Good enough. And this is another Aldi product, which are diced tomatoes with green chilies. And it's got some heat because those are jalapeno chilies in there. But I'm going to put the whole can in here because I really haven't put any red pepper flake. I haven't put any jalapeno in here. I will save that for them to dress their own taco so that they can make it as hot as they want. When I make taco meat, I make it the flavor of Mexico, but I don't make it with that kind of heat. Because you know what? There are lots of people who don't like heat. And you can make it on your plate as hot as you want to with Tabasco. So, that's what we're doing. So now I'm going to stir all this in. And that's about as complicated as this gets. I'm going to let it cook for maybe 30 minutes, just to get those flavors going. I'm going to taste it in probably 10. And see if I need to add a little bit more cumin, but I doubt it, because that Lozano truly makes it great. If you see any more big lumps, just get in here with your masher. This masher makes life easier. If you don't have one, I'm telling you, you need to get one. I'm going to turn that down because it's at a roaring boil right now. And that, my friends, is that. That is it. That is it. It's done. So, I don't think that truly took us 10 minutes to do. You just got to brown the meat and then add your spices and add a little tomato sauce. You can, and I always, like I said, add a can of, and you know what, this is like Rotel. You've seen Rotel before. So, I'm going to let this cook for a little while. And to tell you the truth, I'm going to end the video because I'm going to let this cook. And then I will show you a few different, I'm going to make a quesadilla later, so I'll make a video with quesadilla using this meat. So you can take this and put it in one of those, hold on, I'll show you. These are my handy dandy, I love them to death, these things. Once it's cooked, maybe for 30 more minutes. and let it cool. And then you can fill this to about here, because you don't want to go much higher, because as it will expand as it freezes, and put it in the freezer. And then when you come home after a busy day, you can have taco salad, you can have a quesadilla, you can have tacos, you can have burritos, you can have a whole bunch. You can just take taco chips and put them on a plate or on a cookie sheet and fill it with the meat, and then top it with cheese, put it in the oven, and make yourself a big old pile of nachos. So anyway, that's why I make things like this big, because then I only make it once. And plus, I really do love the flavor of mixing meats. I think if you just use plain ground beef, which you can do, certainly you can do that, but I like the flavor combination of meat and sausage, especially once you use all your seasoning. So give it a try. Hope you like it. Good night.